Hi, I'm Carrie Olson with the Austin Grand Prix, and I'm here at Anatech Technology Conference in Austin, Texas, and this is Geoff Moore, the Chief Marketing and Sales Officer for Circuit of the Americas, and welcome to
Thank
Austin.
You.
I understand this is kind of new for you, and you bring so much experience to the table for this world-class team, and can you just tell our fans a little bit about how in the world did you get a hockey team to Texas? From the north?
Well, it was dumb luck. Really, it's the market that creates it, right? So the demographics of America, have been constantly changing, and so some of the cities that had, just when the Brooklyn Dodgers went to Los Angeles, right? I mean, that's part of the shift of teams to find the right markets, and so for us, it was as simple as the market there had been a little bit polluted by the team, and so they were looking for a new market, and the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex was a great untapped market, has a lot of competition in professional sports. There's a team called the Cowboys there, the Texas Rangers are doing really well now, Dallas Mavericks, so there's a lot of competition, but they're looking just for the market, because if you find the right market and you can provide excellence, then you'll be rewarded richly, and the stars over their history have been there, and so that's, people followed the money.
Right, and you spoke a little bit about, you're not, you're building a facility, so it's different from relying on a team.
Yeah.
So there are some parallels, in everything, bringing the stars to Dallas, but there are also some differences.
Sure.
And how would you relate the two, or really say they're different, but how can you grow from that knowledge?
Well, I guess first of all, I'm happy that I'm not Ferrari trying to figure out how to beat Red Bull right now, right? So I'm happy that that's not, our job to do. What we have to do is we have to find, we estimate there's about 10 million people in America that are very interested in F1. Now, it's a big country, there's 320 million people, so our job is just to find 120,000 of those people to come to our event. So when you look at it in those terms, it's not that intimidating. We have in most sports and entertainment facilities and events, the hardest part is coming up with a world-class event. Well, for us, that's the easiest part, because we have a 10-year contract with F1, which is an amazing event.
Right.
And that is, F1's job and the team's job to keep that going, which they are locked in this kind of epic battle for excellence. So we are the beneficiary of that, right? All we have to do is build the facility and then promote it in a great way. So if you start with a product like we start with F1 and MotoGP and V8 supercars,
Right.
We're starting with the great products. And so from a marketing standpoint, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's so much easier to have great products than to try to take an average product and make it seem exciting.
Right. And how are you guys utilizing social media? We've seen the teams and the drivers starting to use it to create that openness and that fill in the community. How are you guys using it with the circuit?
Well, we need to use it just because our geographic spread of our fan base is so wide. So we can't rely on physical assets to tell our story because just the laws of physics prevent it from our budget to the coordination level it would take to go put newspaper ads in 1,000 newspapers across America. It's not going to happen. So what we have to do is we just concentrate on telling our story every day, and then letting the people who care about it and an interest take it and then serve their communities with it, right? And then share back. And so we do a lot of listening with our social media because then that feedback tells us what they want more of, right? And the questions that we're not answering. And so right now, as we're in the construction phase, and we have a lot of milestones coming up. Who will be our first sponsor? When will these products go on sale? Where are people coming from to attend the race? All these great stories. Who are we hiring to do our traffic plan? And where are we on contractors and involving women and minorities in that? We have all these great stories to tell, and they're just little pieces that build up the character of our facility. And so that's how you get to know someone, right? You just tell stories and say, well, I grew up here and I did this. And so as you hear more of the stories, you understand who they are. And that's what we're doing, just trying to tell our story every day.
Right. And for people who are new to Formula One, what are the 3 top things that you would maybe tell them to kind of start to understand the full impact of Formula One coming to Texas in this facility?
Well, when people win the Super Bowl, they say they won the world championship. And they didn't, because they won the United States Football Championship. So if you ever want to see a real world championship where everyone in the world is competing and only the best get to come here for a single event, this is it. So if you really want to see competition at its finest, you'll come see this.
Right.
The second thing is the spectacle is unbelievable. The drivers, the cars, the teams, the race, the fans. It's an incredible festival.
Right.
And so just the experience, you get there at 10 a.m., the race is at 1, you leave at 3, just it's an all-day experience. And so it's a wonderful thing. If you've never been, it's very different than stadium and arena sports, and everyone should try it once. And then the last thing is just the speed and sound. It just makes you come alive inside. And so the excitement and adrenaline and the feeling it gives you is incredibly powerful. And if you want to feel alive and have that feeling, then you should go.
Right. And thanks very much for your time. Everyone's obviously excited about November 18th, 2012. And everyone can check out circuitoftheamericas.com. And then we try to help you still tell the story at theaustingrandprix.com. So thank you, Geoff.
Thank you.